Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm going to take you through my process of creating a watercolour and liner drawing. I decided to retry Arteza and Big Box watercolour pens, but I've been using hot press paper instead, and this has worked out much better. Firstly, I've started with drawing a yellow circle and then using the pen to draw a rough outline of petal shapes. I find you don't need to be specific with this, just very rough shapes will be fine. I've then added colour to the middle and blended it out, and I'm blending the edges as well to create a nice watercolour looking effect. I'm doing the same with several more flowers, different petal shapes, but again very rough, drawing out and drawing in to spread the colour out. So now I'm moving on to the leaf shape. Again, similar shape to the petal, just a bit more pointed, just very roughly with these, and then I do a bit of colour on them, but not a huge amount because I'll go in with the watercolour brush and blend it. And I find with these, if you just do a little bit and mix the colours, you can then create quite a nice effect. But just add in the water, blending it in, dragging it across the paper, and you'll end up with nice looking leaves. I like to add darker colours to the edges just to give it a little bit more definition, which I think creates quite a nice look. So I'm just doing that and adding the bit more purple detail to the flower just to get it to stand out more. And then I'm adding a little bit of water to soften that one up as well. Now next I'm going to create a nice watercolour background, so I'm just using the Arteza pens here and adding bits of random colour. So I'm going to create a nice watercolour effect background, so just use whatever colours you fancy and splodge this around the page, just overlapping it a bit, getting it nice and thick so it'll have decent coverage. Then adding water, and as you can see on this hot press paper it's blending really well. Really easy to do, so I'm using a thicker brush than I normally do and adding the water, just lots of blending, and you'll see in a moment just the finished effect with the watercolour. It's really nice and create some beautiful backgrounds this way. Whilst I do like the watercolour with outliner, I just wanted to give it a bit more definition, so you just go around the shapes of the petals just to fill it in a bit, and then leave in or add lines and middles to create a more realistic shape to the leaf, just to give it some shape. And I like to go sort of thick around the edges, again just to add definition, makes it look really nice. So if you do this and then add lines in the middle of your petals, I also like to add some detail at the top of petals. And here's the finished result. I hope you like it. I'd love to see you try your own.